Hello, everybody. You will notice we are back at Ragbones. We are here briefly to test out the defenses with an intentional hell breach, and then we will continue with the new fort. You have discovered an eerie cavern. The air above the dark stone floor is alive with vortices of purple light and dark boiling clouds. Seemingly bottomless glowing pits mark the surface. Horrifying screams come from the darkness below. It even plays horrifying screams. I don't... Suddenly, Dwarf Fortress is a horror game. Okay, activate the alert. And let's go down here. Where are they? I'm charging up. You run fast enough. I guess you could theoretically outrun them. There we go. Oh, that's a new kind. Let's see. Snakefly Demon. What all do we have? Shadow Devil. We had some of those last night. Snakefly Demon we had. I don't remember much. Monster. Oh, we had... It was Demon of Steam, but Steam ones. Lag City here. Do you go the way I intend you to go is the question. Uh-oh. Are you destroying... That's an open space. Crap. How did you just destroy that? Someone breathed fire through there, and I think it blew it up. Well... That still doesn't give you an open path, so you should come this way. I need to do, like, magma-safe floor tiles everywhere. Oh, the poor little miner died. Ugh. And this seems like more than we had last night. Or did some of them die when they jumped into the magma sea? Wait, it's going down. Nope, pause. Are we already over here? We're gonna get where we can see. Get rid of all these. Do everything we can to increase the frame rate. Come on, guys. 7 frames a second. 4. No. The brown devil is fighting. What are you fighting? The monster of steam is fighting. What are you guys fighting? There they go. Killed them all. Man, when we had our accidental defense, we didn't have nearly so much frame rate death. Killing them. We do have, I don't know if that's steam or if somebody's breathing deadly dust on us. We might have gone a little overkill on these defenses. Oh, ad break is starting soon. We're gonna skip that one. Yeah, snooze that ad break. Kill the demons! Now, do we have any of them pop up anywhere we don't intend? So far, they're just getting blasted when they come through there. Yeah, so far this is seeming like massive overkill. Okay, good to know though. Though I don't think any of these were the like really tough ones. We had another, is that the same miner or did we have another one die? Slowly killing them all. Eight frames, man, it is still really low frames a second. Oh, that one's sneaking through. Come on. Something should shoot it. You should definitely be able to shoot it here shortly. There you go. Okay. You should be able to fire at that. Yeah. This is the one immortal one over here. Okay, what else do we have? Where'd they go? They're still down there. You guys gotta come upstairs. Come on. Well, that fixed the frame rate. Seriously, are you guys not coming upstairs? I'm going to call that good. We're gonna quit without saving. And then we're gonna go make a new world. Okay. So, let's see, what mods do we have on here? And if anyone's got any mods they really are interested in for, like, I'm not going to do it for tonight, but for when we have the dino update, assuming they're updated for the dino update, I guess that's a good question. I am willing to consider them. Nothing that really fundamentally changes the game much. Currently, let's see, create new world. Currently, I have the Herald mod, which lets you see a little bit of legends in the game, and mostly it gives you that journal thing, so you can journal your experiences. I don't have 3D perspective walls. That's one I'm willing to consider. I've thought about it before. I both love and hate the look of it at the same time, and I don't know which would win out. I've got the water flow indicator arrows, which is just purely a visual, which way is the water flowing. I do have stone beds, which that is an actual fundamental change, that you're able to make stone beds, but I think that is should be a dwarf thing anyway. And the reduced Z fog. Those are the only ones I'm currently running. In the past, I've done the labor icons, but I don't, with the siege operator update thing, I don't feel any need to run that, so. Let's do, back to main menu, create new world, detailed mode. Smelt cobalt or something. So that you had blue metal furniture? Because you can do, well, cobalite is currently a black stone, I believe. You can do microcline, but it would be blue stone furniture. If you're smelting it, cobalt would make sense though, because cobalt is blue in most things. Anyway, we're gonna use Lino Devs. He gave me his map settings, and then I've tweaked them a little bit. Let's go through here. I do want to do, let's see, end year. Instead of doing a year 2, we're gonna actually advance this to like 350, which is weird for me. Oops, we are in an ad break. I missed that. Okay, well, while that's going on, let's tweak the settings a little bit. Maximum. There's drainage, that's fine. That's all good. I think I'm not gonna mess with the savagery or anything on this one. On our run in the dino one, we probably are gonna turn up the evil and go to an evil map. But not on this one. Anything else I want to change? What else do we have going on? Pre-erosion, post-erosion, that's fine. If I want a bunch of rivers, I'll turn those things up. Cavern layers, 3 is fine. We want to minimize or maximize the openness. Minimize the passage density. We're guaranteeing some water and that we don't have one that's all water. on the caverns. The sea levels above ground, keep that low. I don't think this needs to be so high. Hey Zelfer, I'm reminding myself of what the settings were in Clino Dev's world settings here. Sea levels above 1, 2. That's probably fine. Okay. Create world. This will take a little bit to run because we're doing 350 years. Because I want to up my odds of getting a vampire for once. But I'm not doing the starting only with copper one on this. I won iron. We're gonna go to war with the humans and the elves, just so I can see. That's gonna be our project between now and Dino release. Is that and testing out my doing an internal siege defense instead of doing the tower above ground system. The Age of Myth, year 81. Oh, this is gonna take a little while. Let's see when it switches out of the Age of Myth. But the Age of, I think it's Legends comes after Myth. The dragon routed the rainy saffron. Let's see, the dwarf did something. Dragon did something. More dragons. Humans. Hydra. Human, the Bronze Colossus. We got quite a few of those in Ragbones attacked us, which was interesting. Like, I think it was 3 of them total. I very rarely run into those. Human Exploring Zeal was created in Flank Bolts by the elf Itha Tame Dive. Various books being created here. The Hamlet questioned. Human. The Hydra, another human. There's a dwarf doing something. The human necromancer, okay. I wouldn't actually mind setting up nearby a necromancer tower. I haven't done that since, like, right after the siege update. No, not right after it. Like, I played some after the siege update and then went away for a while, and then I came back to Dwarf Fortress. And it was the first time I was trying one near Necromancer Fort after the siege update, and it just slaughtered me. It was... Though I was, I believe, on not just hard economy mode, but hard enemies at that time, and it was just... It was ramping up too quickly. So I have been working on some ways to slow that down, though it seems like at least 50% of the time when I'm trying to slow down the rate of migrants, the game just throws something at me that jacks up my created wealth and throws that plan out the window. Like I hit natural aluminum or something. Or a big vein of gold is right where I'm trying to dig, or platinum. Or they give me just enough migrants to slip over or up to the 20 mark or a little over that on my default. And then somebody makes an artifact and yay, our value has skyrocketed. Man. I have apparently not done this in ages. I did not remember it taking this long. Because I've done some 250s before. The Goblin Osta Ruthelgeist became the lawgiver of the Confederation of something. A world of the moon's path was created in the Key Pact by the elf. The human tamed Apple Ward became the lawgiver of the nation of Nestling. There, read it in time. Like, I'd say I'd like them to slow this down so it's more reading speed, but they'd have to get rid of some of these events, because it's keeping right up with the year that's been generated so far. The meaning of observation was created in H-search. The elf in the universe was created. The hidden meaning of the center. Composition, by my only mistake. Records of the water cycle. Principles of the food chain. The mysteries of the staff. Victory by nothingness. I want to read that one. What is that? Treatises on the forest. That sounds like an elf thing. Against the stationary sun. A world without interviews. That'd be nice. Beyond the composition. Choose the dwarf. Ooh, dwarf necromancer. What else do we have? We're still in the age of myth. Huh. I didn't think the age of myth lasted this long. $250. But we are, though we could pause it early, but I'd like to get closer to $350. Because I just never take it out that far. Human necromancer. So I've seen at least 2 different necromancers. There's a dwarf. I don't know if it's the same dwarf. That's Urist something. And what we'd really like... there's human necromancer, rural and something. That's a different dwarf necromancer. Okay, we've got quite a few dwarf necromancers now. That's a 3rd one. Possibly a 4th. We'll stop it at year 300. Yeah. The world's looking pretty settled as well over here. Let me scroll over. The human necromancer, Jazro. Lots of necromancers. Now please have some vampires. That would make me happy. Okay, we're going to want near-ish elves and humans. We don't have to be right next to them. I don't care about goblins on this one. Or really how close we are to our own civilization. Though, we did have the weirdness last time. Let's pause it. Pause. Where we somehow got disconnected from our own civilization. And the only way to reconnect was retiring and then reclaiming the fort. And then it happened again, and I don't know if it was something we did, or if it was just still fairly bugged out. That's part of why I'm doing a new world and not just doing another fort in the Ragbones world. Because I don't trust that world anymore. I think it's got problems. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and use the world. Play now. Saving. Offloading units. 15,644. But if anyone's heard anything official on like how long is it going to be, I was guessing like a month, but it's complete guess. Between Dino release, maybe. Well, Myth and Magic might be in August on the anniversary, but still, that's not going to be more than what, a month and a half, something like that. Because if we had an official count, that could affect what we do for our next Thursday when the Dino update comes out. Okay, Granite 302. Oh, we'll have to remember we didn't start on 300. We are starting on 302. I would like flux. Light aquifer would be nice. No heavy aquifer. I wish we could search by like exclusionary, so instead of hey, it must be evil or it must be normal or good, be like everything except evil. No. We are not continuing doing an evil map on this one. We'll get back to that with the dino update, but not for this one. I would like some sand, I would like some iron, zinc, so we have a good metamorphic layer. Other than that, I don't really care. I don't even really care about a metamorphic layer on this one. We do not have to do lots of pretty colorful things. This is function over aesthetic fort. But yeah, if anybody has any Dwarf Fortress mods they'd like me to at least consider, drop it in the Discord. I'll take a look at the 3D wall one and do something with Cobalt. Okay, what are the origin civilizations? The Just Helms. They're dead. The Wayward Mines are basically dead. Flag of Silver is still good, and I like their name, and they have a queen, so that one's not bad. The Barricade of Smoothness looks like it is dying, but we could work to recover it. The Roasted Fence, nope. Chamber of Symmetries, you're dead. Or you're on your last legs. Though, if we had time, I'd love to play that, and we would be the Chamber of Secrets. The Decent Armory, that's a dwarvy name, I like that. And you've got a queen. The most names? Decent Armory or the Flag of Silver? What region are you in? You are temperate freshwater. And you... Where's the other one? Decent Armory, you are temperate shrubland. Okay, neither of those is going to give anything particularly cool. Really looking forward to the magic update. Yeah. It sounds like it's going to add some research aspects to the game. I don't know. It's been pretty unclear on what we're going to have with that so far. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I'm trying to be excited too. I do not know. Let's see. This doesn't have... That's got elves only. Elves and goblins, elves and humans. So probably around here. Elves, humans, goblins. Lots of goblins. Ooh, some kobolds. I'd rather not actually have to deal with kobolds. Humans and goblins. Humans and goblins. Okay. There was an area over here that was humans and elves, but no goblins. Let's see, what do we have in this area? Light aquifer, shallow sand, some soil. Iron, silver, copper, and zinc. We would be okay. Iron, silver, copper, zinc, and and flux. Did you have flux? Not much. Used to go down there for sand. Human monastery. Mysterious lair. Okay, you've got iron, zinc, flux. You do not have... You have to go up there for light aquifer, but that would be nice. Could keep where I don't have to deal with the aquifer other than when I intentionally want to grab it. You do have goblins. Where's the aquifer? Aquifer. Yeah, we don't mind some goblins. Temperate, savanna. That might have elephants. Not that we're going to be in this world long enough to mess with those. Okay. Lux. Let's remember, light aquifer is 2 on the upper side. Sand is all over the place. Lux is middle, bottom left. Confirm. And wait. What did I change on economy that's not just hard? Here, just do hard mode. Okay. Animals. That is fine. Items. We've got some microcline blocks, some logs. We're not actually going to an evil biome, so I don't really care about taking weapons, but we'll have some anyway. Some mugs. We'll grab or bring jet boulders to make rock pots. Dwarves. Okay. We've got... What's your personality like? She has a feel for music, but she has poor focus and a little difficulty with words. Personally values independence, sees guile and cunning as indirect and somewhat worthless, and does not care about family one way or the other. She dreams of creating a great work of art. This is Dusum Bisolrol. I need to check if there's a mod that makes easier names. Ugh, so many of them are tongue twisters, especially on the Forgotten Beast. You could be... Basically, you're not great at anything, but you're also not bad at anything. What's your overview? Value independence, resilient, not vain, acquiescing, disdains cunning, and pusillanimous? What the heck is that? That is a new word for me. But you don't have anything that would prevent you from being in the military, I don't think. Let's see here. Not swayed by emotional appeal, somewhat quarrelsome, stubborn, slow to trust others. Okay. Patient, values competition, thrill seeker, good spatial sense, hopeful and austere. You sound military-like. Somewhat. She has a deep well of patience, an amazing spatial sense, a good feel for social relationships, and the ability to focus. But she has poor analytical abilities. This is Datum Uzelbad. Timid, weak-minded, or lacks courage and resolution. Yeah, well, never mind. You are not good for the military. We'll have to remember that. Pusillanimous. Pusillanimous. Timid, weak-minded, or lacking courage and resolution. Thanks for looking that up. That is a new word to me. Okay. Patient, values competition, thrill seeker. It could be... I wouldn't mind you in the military. Have anything about stress? Values martial prowess. Nice. Respects commerce. Okay. I think you... What do I currently have you set as? You're currently set as the trader. I'm going to take that away. And give you... Tactician and leader. Teacher. And organizer. You're going to be our militia commander. Armor user, shield user. We did hammer and marks dwarves last time. I think from now on I'm just going to be like all of the melee stuff and they can pick what they want. So we'll still give you hammer dwarf, but we'll give the other person like a swords dwarf or something. And we'll give you ambusher. makes you look like a hunter even though you're not. And we'll give you an extra tactician and leader. This one, we're going to take away your skills. So we know you are up for grabs. Remove all that. Ambusher, what else do I still have you on? Organizer. Wait. I think I did this one wrong. What did I put you as? No, I did Organizer. Okay, no, that's correct. Bowyer. Values self-control. Disdain skill. Temperate. Good intuition. Rude but tolerant. Weird combination. Very good intuition. A sum of patience and the ability to focus and good creativity. He personally believes that self-mastery and the denial of impulses are the highest ideals. Believes that the time taken to master skill is a horrible waste and respects power and does not particularly value the truth. Great. Values loyalty, friendship. Values martial prowess. Okay. Leaning towards leaving you as the bowyer. Stone carver. Disdains merriment. And anyone who's on the Twitch side, if you want one of these people, you can redeem it for challenge or the channel points. If I could talk. Disdains merriment, quick to love, weak, bad with words, values tranquility, thrill seeker. Okay, we will not put you in the military. You have willpower and the ability to focus, but poor empathy, a shortage of patience, and little linguistic ability. You are going to be a minor. You're really not good at anything else. Okay, get rid of that. Combat. Minor. Let's see. Give you a point in swimming. Though I'm going to try and set up like an actual do the whole channel a place to do a little they have to go through some water to reach like the tavern or something to train them. We'll see how that works. You are also weak. Poor social awareness, poor empathy. Yeah, you're gonna be a minor as well. Perfect. What about you? Good with language, curious, not inclined to create art, poor focus, tough temperament, or intemperate. You have great affinity for language, but meager ability with social relationships and quite poor focus. What was your overview? Poor focus, but you're tough. Not inclined to create art. That's unfortunate. Good with language, tough, but you've got poor focus. Sustained skill. You're gonna be our initial stone carver. You're probably not gonna stay as that. You might just be a pure military dwarf after a while. Okay, we're gonna give you axe dwarf, shield user, armor user. And one more in each of those. Then, wait. Uh-oh. We got our two most difficult ones still to assign, and our first person was basically not good at anything, but also not bad at anything particularly. You wouldn't make a good trader. Let's see, this one, disdains sacrifice, high social awareness, good with language, cheerless, disdains cooperation, and anxious. Great feel for social relationships, great affinity for language, good intuition, good spatial sense, but poor focus and poor memory. You got both good and bad, but I think we're going to make you the trader. What's your preferences? Huh. Oh wait, no, up here. She likes leather armor and bracelets. We can make bracelets, and we can do some leather armor. Though that would be... leather armor would actually be annoying, because we wouldn't be able to trade it. But we'd have to be making a lot of it. I prefer when they have something I can make out of metal, so I can just make it and smelt it back down. Assuming we give them enough social skills to become our mayor. Okay, we're going to take away your engraving skills. And all of your doctoring skills. And your teaching skill. And we're going to make you... where'd it go? Persuader, negotiator, judge of intent, appraiser, organizer, record keeper. Give you an extra point in an organizer and record keeper. We're not gonna... I don't really want you as the mayor. So we're gonna skip you. We're gonna skip conversationalist. Intimidator maybe? Liar? I'm just gonna... no, I'm gonna do an extra point in appraiser. 2 in appraiser, actually. And then you are going to wind up as our engraver / doctor by default. And you're okay at that. You're not gonna be great, but you're not gonna be horrible. So let's give you diagnostician, surgeon, bone doctor, and then teacher and organizer. I often do a Doctor Guildhall and Engraver Guildhall, and they will hopefully then hold some classes. Here's our group symbol. The Decent Armory. Group name. Basement of Sweltering. Well, that honestly probably perfectly describes Dwarven Forts. Especially if you set up down near the Magma Sea. The Basement of Sweltering. In fact, I think I'm just going to leave that as is, unless somebody wants to name it something else. But I think the Basement of Sweltering, that's pretty apt. 10 spirits. No. Salves. Wait. Salve singe? Stake walls. Armor lucky. We are the civilization of the Decent Armory, and so we're gonna have armor. Well, can we do lucky armor? Let's see. Lucky armor. If I do it this way. Lucky? Oh, no. There we go. Back to that. Lucky armor. There we go. And let's embark. We'll let it save the game during this ad break anyway. Slowly but surely. Saving, saving. Come on. This is taking a while. Uh-oh. Did we freeze? Our fortress is cranky. Shouldn't be cranky. Why are we frozen? There we go. Okay. That was weird. A dwarven outpost. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Ethan Kumil. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the alligators get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here, at this place. Merced Thosid, Lucky Armor. Strike the earth. Okay. What do we got lying around here? Conglomerate. Shale. Some more shale. Conglomerate. So it looks like a mix of conglomerate and shale everywhere. Let's just get under the ground. I usually like to do dig EXP cross, just so I know where the center point is. And then kind of use that as my guideline. Let's go down. 10 spots. Here, get rid of all that. And over here, go down 1. And over to there. Let's plop down a stockpile. Let's see, for wood. 1 for corpses. Let's see, import refuse. Moved over from YouTube. Keeper RL. I think I've heard that name, but I have not tried it out. I don't know what that is. But the name sounds vaguely familiar. Militia Commander. Make this guy. But I am willing, so we're in the afternoons. When ProTag is available, we'll be doing some multiplayer. When he's not, I'm going to be trying out some other options and single player games and stuff, so I'm willing to give it a try. That is totally something we could do. The Expedition Leader, Chief Medical Dwarf, the Broker. What's it about? Sheriff, I don't need a sheriff yet. Messenger, no. Okay, got that set up. Work orders, clear that. Import starting work orders. I do use ep1 for some things. As far as the autos go, let me bring this up. I don't need auto cheese on. I do auto milk and auto shear because they're just so annoying to set up. You can't get a work order that really governs them well. I do my own tailoring. I do enable auto butchering once we're down there and have stuff set up, because again, auto butchering is one you can handle your own butchering. It's just annoying. It's not one I care to spend the time to do. Okay. And then I have my starting work order saved because it's always the same, pretty much. Let me give it a once over real quick. I think it's always the same. And then I realize I have forgotten something on here. And it is not. We'll let it be for right now though. Dig down after we set up the labor. One of you miners, at least always mine. Make the expedition leader also our woodcutter. No hunters. The militia commander can be our planter. No fisher dwarves. I almost never do fishing, though we actually could do fishing on this map. We might, in fact, do fishing on this map. No, I want to get us under the ground and stay there. Fortress building game where you recruit folks and build a fortress and take over the world. You're the bad guys. Huh. A roguelike one. Interesting. I will put it on the list after the stream to go take a look at and see what I think. I do like games where we get to be the bad guys. Okay, sandy loam, shale, siltstone. I was gonna say we haven't hit aquifer, but the aquifer should be up in the north side of the map. So let's see. Shale. We'll just come to this side. Pause it for a moment. Let's go out. Like, not actually. Do I have a quick fort for early base? I do not. Okay, 9 out this way. 3 and 3. And then we want more storage area. That way. Five and 5. That will be 2 food plots and seed storage. And then I'll go ahead and bring in, let's see, bring in the birds, and we will get to the sheep and things. We're not on an evil map, so I'm not concerned, or an untamed wilds or anything, I think. Here's where I realize I didn't actually check that part. What are we on? Wilderness. Okay. So I'm not too worried, or really worried at all, about bringing the animals in right away. That can wait a little bit. Okay. Well, I will take a look and see if it looks interesting. I could try it out on stream, and then we can see if it's worth getting into. But no, I have never tried it myself. Is that one? I think I've seen... Did Nucrium play that? Trying to think, like, the name is very familiar to me, so I'm trying to think of where I've seen it. You played Keeper? Pros, cons? How would you rank it? So I guess then it just matters how expensive it is. Not that replayable. Though, to be fair, most games are not very replayable to me. Dwarf Fortress is one of the few that's just, like, endlessly replayable. Which is part of why I like to play it. Okay, let's bring in the microcline. And I am enjoying playing some more Planet Crafter, though it's mostly because I'm playing it with somebody else. I don't know that I want to be playing it all on my own again. Jet. Nope, bring that in from outside. This will be a wood storage that we will grab from this one. And I guess since we're not... This is a biome. I could just let them go a little crazy on the trees. Here. We're actually going to turn on auto chop. I don't normally do this, but let's see. Chop. There we go. It is Fresh Fortress in the Dirt. Thank you for the follow. We're doing a quick little fort between now and the dino update. My current plan is, one, I have some internal siege defense set up I want to try out. And then go to war with the humans and the elves for a quick vicious war is the plan, basically. Let's see. Carpentry. Microcline. Get that going. We've got shale. Oh, and I forgot to update. Okay. They shouldn't have had a chance to really build anything yet, but let me turn off the non-economic stuff. I like to reserve chromite, cobalite, graphite if we ever find it, jet, kimberlite, definitely microcline, some marksite. Basically all of the pretty colorful stones I like to keep reserved for specialty projects. Schist, that's my favorite chocolatey brown one. Stibnite, you never find enough of that to do anything. Okay, then let them loose. Backup ports. Yeah, that's a good way to go, caffeine. You should watch, and I'll make a short out of it. The VOD from last night is going to go live at 10 p.m. Central tonight. I was carefully prepping for a circus entrance. And we were about ready to intentionally do it when I accidentally cracked it open because I wasn't paying attention. And then we survived through a fluke of our fortress setup that steered the circus down into the magma sea, where they then like spread out and got massively slowed down. So they found places where they could come back up, but they came up as like onesie twosies. So, and it was kind of glorious because it's not something I ever would have thought of to do intentionally. So it was nice to see it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's something I could do unintentionally. That would be cool. Let's see, not. No, we'll just leave that as is for right now. And then let's do. What else do we have? I would say wool. Refuse wool. One I was liking, and I need to get back to, I wouldn't really call it DF adjacent, but Graveyard Keeper, I think it was called. That was a good one. Let's see, rough gems. Cut gems. Large gems. Grab that. So it'll go live too late for you. No problem. My friend makes DF mods, and you're talking about making an aquarium idea. Jewel bug. Wait. Jewel bugs. Wait, what? Explain this. And I think Graveyard Keeper 2 is getting ready to come out. What the heck are jewel bugs in in the mod? Figurines. Though honestly, actually, I'm just gonna do crafts. And I'm gonna set up a bunch of different crafts for them to do. And I think I restrict this too much most of the time. Craft bracelets. Odyssey. Oh, that's a book thing. Crowns. Earrings. Figurines. Hey, Blind. Welcome, welcome. We are just starting a brand new fort to pass the time until the dino update. We successfully cracked hell both unintentionally last night and then tried it intentionally again today, which was a lot of fun. So now we are doing a more funsy report where we're gonna go. A short, brutal war is the plan against the humans and the elves. Welcome, raiders. What am I doing here? Okay, just add all of that. Let that go. Start that back up. And let's Why not this for workshop space? So we'll go do a fort down around the caverns, and I'm going to channel down for our base entrance. Later I want to set up internal siege. I've been doing a lot of the tower above ground for the siege defense, and I want to work on that. So you love fish in real life and wanted to make aquariums for dwarves. Nice. But fish don't make dwarves happy. So she's made jeweled bugs that will be in the caverns. They've got little sprites and everything, but to dwarves, they look like cut gems for happiness. Ooh. I like it. I do like that, Caffeine Hag. My map is tweaked from your settings, Clonodev, so we've got some nice mountain ranges here, some lakes and some rivers. I'm liking it. Our next attempt, I am going to turn up the evil though, but I didn't want to do that for our short war. And I'd like to get a vampire, so we did run the history to 300 years, because I've never had a vampire, and I would like to get a vampire. So that is on our to-do list for this short war. Okay. Wool over there. Welcome, Canadian Raiders. Okay, what else? Mugs. We might do one thing of storage for mugs. It's under finished goods, goblets. Let that go. Come on, guys. And then gotta put in some farm plots. We'll do my underground seeds up here. Underground seeds, and we will take from this stockpile. And this will be seeds, and we're going to turn down the number of barrels. And actually, we're just going to turn off barrels for right now. You've had one vampire, and I've followed Reddit's advice, made him a bookkeeper and scholar, and trapped him in a library. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, farming, some nest boxes. Let's see. Drop you over there. We'll get rid of some of these. Cancel. But yeah, if anyone would like to see, the VOD goes live at 10 p.m. Central of our accidental opening of Hell last night. And then today's VOD will have our very intentional cracking of Hell earlier in the stream, where I realized we had massively over-prepared. It was actually a little disappointing. But in the future, I would like to do where we again direct them into the magma sea. And I'd like to set it up where I have walled off a section of that and I trap them in there and do another lava tavern where you've got the glass, you're seeing down into the magma sea, but have the trapped demons down there that were just for our viewing pleasure. Because when we accidentally released them, they dived into the magma sea for a while, and we got to see some of them pass under our tavern. You lay out the library zone and then wall the vampire into it. They'll do scholar stuff with other folks in the library. So keep your vampires happy. Fair enough. But that's not going to keep them from drinking our blood, is it? Some bone bolts. Just bolts. No metal. Can be either bone or wood, that's fine. What else do we have going on? Locked at 70. Interesting. I had done something on my Ragbones that was killing my FPS too. It was generally hanging out around 30 and just stuck there. I don't know. Locked at 70, but you were having 20 before. No, just needed to reload something maybe? I mean, to be fair, restarting the game is generally on my list of try first things. You put bars across the walls so they hang out with their friends. Gave a specific zone that was across a library, office, tavern, and bedroom for them. And I had a locked hole in the ceiling, and then when the dwarves displeased me, I dropped the vampire. DM pack. That's fair. I'm pretty sure what I screwed up in my last fort that was making it so slow was DF hack stuff, because I had my trade depot had gotten bugged, and I was trying the DF hack commands to fix it. And it worked for the elves and the humans, but we lost contact with my civilization, and I had to retire and reclaim the fort to get them to come back. And that fixed it for about 3 years, and then they just left and forgot about us again. A 10x10 library, and then wall the vampire into a 3x3 corner. The game doesn't care about the walls. Okay, let's find the cavern. So, let's say we're coming down here. Let's do some sideways exploratory mining. So, drop down. Let's see, what was the surface at? Surface is at 43. Let's go all the way down to 30 and see if we hit a cavern. Same thing over here. Probably. I might not hit it by then, but good odds. Okay, and I need a fill out of microcline, please. And a kitchen. Farming thing, which we don't need. I'm not worried about this being a reanimating biome because it's not an evil one, so I don't need to check on wool and stuff. Well, thanks for the raid. Went from grumpy to happy to even more grumpy. Fair enough. That's how it goes sometimes. Let's go check on the cavern we just hit. Oh, we've dug right... Oh. Huh. Our exploratory tunnel to get out to mine dug right through the cavern. Okay. That's new. This is a pretty high cavern. So let's seal that off right now. Where does it start? 36. We've got some area we could build here, but I do want to keep going down and see what we find rock-wise. So I'd prefer to be digging out in the kind of rock we're most likely to be using. Shale is not high up on my list. Siltstone. So let's come down here. We'll see if we find any more cavern right there. We do have some hematite, so that's good. Our next fort, we're going to be doing one where we like start with copper only and then get all of our iron from goblinite, but I'm not messing with that on this one. This is a short, vicious fort to get stuff going. What other workshops? I would like a... Let's see, a butchery and a tannery. I don't need clothes right away, but we'll need that before too long. jeweler. Oh, I did want a jeweler. Just because I'd like any rough gems we're finding, I want to turn into cut gems and then sell them, trying to keep the created wealth down to lower our rate of migrants for a while. We'll see how long that actually lasts, but that is the goal. Okay, did we find... Yeah, not having the oceans, though I needed to play around with the settings some more because I was trying to add back in a chance of an ocean. And I thought I had set it back where it would do that, but then I was just getting map rejections. So it was somewhere I'm missing a setting, and I need to go check back on the default medium region and compare and figure out what I was missing on that. Bauxite, so that gives us a magma safe one. I might set up bauxite rates. There's some hematite, which we don't really need yet. Oh, crap, I used the microcline. Uh-oh. Not what I wanted. What have we found most of so far? We've got siltstone, shale. Let's say shale. Rock block. We'll make some non-microcline blocks so we don't have to use the pretty blue ones. Make 4 at a time out of shale. As long as shale blocks are less than 30. Oh, and I wanted to... Did I set back up a bone figurine? No, and I don't want to do that. I would like to... Let's see. Set up... no, I'm not going to mess with it on this one. Instead of just doing figurines and totems as my trade good, on new forts, I actually want to do all of the crafts so we can have more variety. Very interested in the final version. You will promptly remove necromancers from. Yeah. So what were... Because you were saying there was some bug with necromancers. What's your issue with them? Or do you just not like them? I mean, they can be annoying if you're too close to a tower, but... That's about all I've had so far with them. And I used to like that until the siege update, and now it kicked my ass. Don't need any of those yet. Let's see. Saving. Oh, good time for an ad break. Though they certainly can be a hassle. That is very true. You know you're in your 30s or higher when you keep a bottle of ibuprofen on your desk. Why are we being so slow to save? We had this earlier as well when we first embarked. Like, a little slow is normal. Winding up with a spinning wheel of death is not. I don't think you guys can even see the spinning wheel of death. Sure, what's your request? As we dig here. See, and I want to get them going down lower because I want to find the second cavern. Yeah, no, the We'll be building down here in the caverns, so we'll have a lot of stuff. Here at the beginning, it's going to be a square. But once we get down here, then I've started using the design tool that helps to do some cool ones. I will say on Ragbones, I still had it as a big square, but on my single one, we're getting away from that. So I'm going to try on this one too. Also, not do the big square. Would you guys come dig? And go downstairs, please. Let's take it down to, say, 20. We should hit another cavern in that time. I set it to be a minimum of 5 layers between caverns. But I doubt we have found all of Cavern 1. If we explored around, we'd probably find some more of it. Tetrahedrite. Chalk. Okay, we found a good flux. Bituminous coal. Let's set that up on an auto dig. More tetrahedrite, man. Did not expect us to get all the way down here without finding another cavern layer. Okay, if this is 32 is the bottom of cavern 1. 32. And say 25 at least, which is where we're digging. We'll let them dig around on the bituminous coal and see if that runs into another cavern. It could. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one here on level 25. And we'll send a staircase down through the middle as well. Microcline, where was that? No way, that's pink tourmaline. Excellent. Okay. So microcline is at least one of the ones that we like to use for constructions. It's a really pretty blue. We started with 0.34, something right before 34.11. Back then, and for many years, necromancers would pop by and do horrible things, like raise every mussel shell map and then take off. They were, oh. Oh, it changed necromancers from... You want them to be the big bad again? I could see that. Yeah, I could see that, but... Is it... I mean, I have had where, like, we've been too close to a necromancer tower, and they send lots of stuff, but other than that... Unless you got a bunch in your fort, I haven't really had a problem. It's only if I'm next to a tower, and that's not a big deal. Oh, wait. Dig some of the microcline, please. Come on. Find me the next cavern. Okay, how are we doing up here? We are... Oh, I never set up... Once we hit the cavern, I never came back here. Set up my work order for doors, or moved the pin pasture inside. So move, let's see, all of the grazers. Move those inside. And let's bring the cats and dogs in this way. And a meeting area. I meant to do that, totally. Assign cats. So the cats will go wherever they want. Bring the dogs inside. And what else do we still have? We still need to bring... Oh, I never assigned... Did I assign a militia commander? I did. I never started the squads, however. So... melee metal armor. And give them... Let's see... The stone carver. Not the bowyer. Equip Any metal armor is fine right now. They can do individual choice, that's fine. Okay, schedule, you're going to be on no orders. I just want you equipped at the moment. And then crossbows leather armor. And you're going to be the bowyer person. Who's also apparently our fisher dwarf that we're not using. Schedule, no orders. I do actually... Let's see, details on this. Don't use bucklers. I want you to do shields only. Metal shields. This is metal melee. Confirm and save and assign. And then these guys, I want you to do bucklers only. And this is crossbows. Confirm and save. Also, no orders. Okay. So now our guys will go grab their gear and at least stay geared up. Though again, we're not on an evil map. Nothing that should require early gear, but we'll see. Put the booze stockpile outside the tavern zone. Dwarves serve themselves moderately and drop their mugs besides the booze barrel. No mugs, chests, no overserving, and most of the tavern problems vanish. But the tavern brawls are part of the fun. Though I did actually, I think it was because I had a bard and a tavern keeper on Ragbones, I had to get rid of the tavern keeper because I was finding dwarves that had suffocated. And I looked that up and apparently that's them getting alcohol poisoning. That was new to me. I hadn't had that happen before. I'd heard it could happen, but I hadn't had it happen. Let's see, shale. Make shale doors. Just make like 5 of those. Do we have doors? Door. No. We'll just make 5 shale doors. So, if you're on on schedule here, no orders keeps them equipped always. If you go in, that's equip always, whereas off duty is when they're, like if you have a rotating schedule of training versus no orders, they will take off the equipment. If you leave them on no orders, or if you go into your staggered training and change this from off duty to equip always, see, that changes it from off duty to no orders. So you can go in and edit all of the schedules. That will keep their gear on. You will still, like if you're upgrading gear, need to go in and tell them to upgrade and stuff. Update it, but that helps a lot. And I did not come in here and assign props. Uh-oh. Pigtails, lump helmets, cord bushes. This one is pigtails, cave wheat, lump helmets, and then sweet pods. And we can harvest that. And let's go ahead and set up the auto butcher. Again, you can do it without auto butcher. I've done it. Auto butcher is one of the things I find really annoying in the game, or not doing auto butcher. I find very annoying. We do want to keep the sheep. Change the horses. Let's go to 8 sheep. Turkeys. That's probably fine. Dogs. Let's should go up a little higher on dogs for safety, and cats for vermin catching. And we will let that be. Okay. Did we ever find anything else down here? Huh. I mean, it's possible that one just went right through. I would not have thought so. Let's do a downward staircase right here. Let's see if that finds anything. I wouldn't have thought Cavern 2 would be that much farther down, but maybe. I've only got it set to a minimum of 5 levels between. Mountain Home is up to some stuff I don't want involved in. Barrel of Kangaroo Man's milk? That is a little disturbing. Yeah. That would not be for me either. Okay, I'm gonna assume we are just... Our second cavern layer is deep. So we're gonna keep going down. Go down to 10. Find me another cavern here. Struck bauxite, microcline. What else have we found? Oh, and we thankfully won't get the malodorous slime messages all the freaking time. That was... Like, I love evil maps, but I would like them to separate on the environment thing. Stone you hit from environment, like, rainfall things. Well, he was our... Plump Helmet Man was our mascot, and he became our champion. We designated him as champion. We'll have to see if we get anything else like that on this fort. Limonite. Where's the limonite? Oh, that's up here. Don't mind that for right now. I don't want the value. But we do need to set up a trade depot. Let's see, that is 4, 5, so do... see, mine that out real quick so we can do a trade depot. Yeah, so we had... Normally when we get a Plump Helmet Man in the fort, conflict will break out between our guys and him. On Ragbones, our last fort, somehow it just never did. We had this Plump Helmet Man that was just in the fort for over a year, no conflict breaking out. And DJ Empirical had dropped by and requested it be named after him. So we did, set that up, let it continue in the fort for a while. Like, sorry if it gets killed, but it wasn't getting killed. So eventually I did use the DF hack make own command, which brought it in. For all intents and purposes, it was a resident, but it listed under pets, which I found a little insulting. But at that point, it did tasks like a resident, it got a bedroom, it got clothing, it manned siege equipment, everything like a normal resident would. And eventually, we made it our champion. It was great. Hematite. Let's see, tetrahedrite. More microcline. Chalk. Mudstone. Huh. Let's see. Down. We're all the way down to 10 now? Where the heck is the other cavern? We don't even have oceans. We're certainly not by an ocean. I feel like we've somehow just skipped by the second cavern. Because it was only letting me even go down to -6. So I'm going to run into the magma sea without hitting another cavern. I've done before. It's totally possible. Wiki mentions dwarves. Probably drunk dwarves trying to eat them. Murdering a cat. Well, there was the tavern cat bug thing. It was before my time, but I've heard about it. where they were licking up spills in the tavern, but each lick was like them drinking an entire mug of ale, gave them alcohol poisoning. Okay, semi-molten rock. Yeah, we have just skipped the caverns somehow. What the freaky hell? Okay, we're gonna go this way. Go over here. And then drop down this way. Find me a cavern. Because I can't plan out where we're gonna put the fort till we find the caverns. I would love to play when it had stuff like that. Like, I would almost like a way to turn back on certain bugs that were just hilarious. I loved the one, though, again, it's not one you would actually want to play with for very much. The one where babies were born worshipping unknown gods. That was mildly hilarious. Do we have a cavern that's just all on one side of the map? Microcline. Shock. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. More venomous coal. That's nice. There we go. Downward passage. Okay. Where? Wait. I think I somehow got rid of my notification. Okay, 20. Yeah, I just somehow barely missed it, skipped right by it, and the third one, because I had hit the semi-molten layer, so somewhere between there, the end of this one, and down here is another cavern as well. Okay, hit right there. So, put in a floor panel, stone, not microcline. And then do a wall. Also not microcline, please. Shale is fine. Okay. Downward, we're gonna have to do a staircase up. And then we'll get rid of that. And let's get rid of this dig order. Okay, that ends at... Where did that end at? 18. How much room was there between these? 22, and it was 32, right? Yeah, so about 10. Let's do the same. We'll just do the same thing again. Down to this spot. Here. No, it doesn't need to be high priority. Over to there. Oh, don't have it set to dig. I've got it set to do the auto thing. Okay. Down, and then staircase down. Find me another cavern. And pause. Eldritch children. Babies are great for bugs, yeah. That wasn't it the writing code? That was the one where, like, the Tarn had to change something recently because it was an old bug that came back where the moms with kids would, like, freeze and not do anything. It was when the siege update came out. The dwarf make a statue of snails. They detest snails, yes. Yep, I've had some like that. Though I did a little at the end of Ragbones, and on this one, I intend to do more of it, is that on our statues, do them more intentionally. So actually pick out, hey, based on what it's going to be for, what room it's going to be, actually set it up in a way that makes sense. Let's do, I need some, let's see, bolts, metal bolts, bring inside, armor, and weapons, sure. And then over here, bring in anything cloth, anything leather, and we want, let's see, the furniture. So any furniture that is not bins, beds, large pots, not that we're making siege ammo yet, or sandbags, or mechanisms. Bring everything else in so we get our wagon emptied out. Item inaccessible. What items are inaccessible? Why are you trying to grab something that we can't even see? That might tell me where a cavern is, though. I bet that's where a cavern is. See ya. Thanks for sticking around for a while. Yeah, the mom's not allowed to drink, eat, or sleep, and then dies. Okay, where are we digging down to our hopeful third cavern? Here we go. Dig. Citrine. Church. Microcline. That'd be nice. There we go. Okay. And right there. Dig upwards. Get rid of this. We'll come and fix the entryway there that we've just made. What do we have? We've got microcline, we've got some quartzite. Anything else? Chert. I know we've got chalk up above. Microcline, chert. Mudstone. Don't mind mudstone. It's not my favorite. It's not a particularly pretty one, but some hematite, some limonite. So we'd have plenty of iron stuff here. More mudstone. Siltstone. Siltstone. Is lurking and reading on threads about the new Shrek movie. Wait, there's a new Shrek movie? I don't know if I approve of this. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I never saw all the Shrek movies. I saw at least some of them. Yeah, that's got microcline, chalk, and bituminous coal. So this is looking like a better area. Chalk, microcline. Yeah. So maybe here we could drop down on... Well, wait, that's right under the cavern. Ooh. Oh, wait, that is a one-layer thing right there. So we could wall this off and treat this as our pasture area and farmland. It's not big enough for pasture necessarily. Depends on how many animals we get. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So then we could have this area. Wait. This area. Some down here. some here. Probably do bedrooms through there. Maybe. It's a nice area too. It's just up here where we have the microcline, the bituminous coal, and the chalk. So what do we want to do first? We want to bring down some of our workshops. Well, actually, no. I want to get a guild hall and a temple going, so people are happy. Let's do some of them up here. I don't need that big. 13 by 13 probably. Let's say that. I do have it on economy hard mode, so it can be a little bit of a pain if you don't have really skilled engravers yet. Even if you like replace the floor, make it all nice and fancy to get enough stuff. So let's say we have a hallway kind of through there. And we'll jazz this up a little bit. Through there. I'm not gonna have enough room, but I could curve it. Let's see. We'll do something like this. Around the side. We'll go back and make this a blueprint, but this will give us some hallway to work with. And I do want to keep in mind on this, and though I haven't really thought about how to do it at all, is keeping line of sight down. Because doors don't work for that. At least according to the wiki. Let's see. Something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There's a Shrek 5 coming out. Yeah, you don't mess with iconic designs. Okay, let's make this blueprint only mode for the moment. No, no, undo. That was not what I wanted at all. I just screwed that up. Okay, do in blueprint mode. Yes. Dig. Blueprint mode. There we go. Not gonna be as nice as the first one. Two across. Go this way. Let's see. And that together. I'll get rid of some of that there. And some of that. Make that one a little better. Are these all connected? Yes. Well, that's a little more of a straightaway than I'd like. So let's move over this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And design. Something like, wait, no, circle. Something like this. Need a little bigger than that, though. Like that. Okay, that'll be one area. We'll connect that one. Nope, not a blueprint. Okay, you guys come and dig that out. And we'll make it a double entrance. I like to do 2 doorways if I can. Let's see, that needs another one. Yep, that'll work. Okay, we'll let them mine away for a while on that. Then we need to make sure all of our... where we struck the cavern is actually sealed off. So let's do a wall. And then we can destroy that. We'll have to put a floor over the top so my downward staircase doesn't allow something that can fly back up. Been there, done that. Okay. Same thing right there. Destroy the staircase, and then we'll put a floor over top to shield it off so we don't get flying things coming back up. Dig, my dwarves, dig! Then we will go section part of the caverns off. So actually, how many blocks are we going to need? Let me go up here. Where are we doing this? Right here? Okay, let's make this our recenter location. And we're going to need... fair amount right there. We're gonna need quite a bit, actually. We come down to this section. We could actually put it through here and leave that intact. Nope, saving. So I'll tell them to make up a bunch of rock blocks of some nature, because we're going to need them to seal this off. Saving world information. But I also want to give the cave spiders enough time to invade. They start making a home in the fort for future silk runs. Come on. Save a little faster. And then we'll need an area that's at least 3 tall for some cave trees. We could just station the squad down here for a little while, but we don't have enough dwarves for that. What are our boulders at? We've got siltstone, mudstone, more shale. Okay, you guys keep making shale, actually. Until we have less than... oh, 300? We're gonna need a lot of those. Okay, there's more bituminous coal. So we've got bituminous coal above our area, and then off to the side. This will set up as our first guild hall. Put that there. And what have we found? We have found a bunch of microclients. I think I'll actually do some more microcline blocks that we'll use for flooring as well, not just workshops. Okay, dig my little miners. Pigtail seeds. Making some bone bolts, which, ooh, I forgot on, not that we're training right now, but I want to make our ammo bolts. Metal bolts can be used for combat. And bone bolts can be used for training. Yes. Confirm. I don't want any standing orders. Is this all set up correctly? Weave all thread using cloth. Do not automatically collect webs. Do not automate kitchen. Correct. Set hunter ammunition. No. Don't want any hunters or reserved ammunition. Refuse. That's all fine. During sieges only, please. Yep. And we will do microcline flooring. Since we're already going to be down here where we intend to settle permanently, I'm not going to do it as a temporary place. This will be what we plan to use for quite a while. We'll set this up, or even permanently, we'll set that up as a meeting hall. Except it needs to stay within bounds. That looks fine. And this will be guild halls, which we're gonna pile a couple on top of each other. I realize that makes them cranky. That's okay for right now. Citizens and long-term residents. Eventually we will split these out. Right now, I don't have the time. Nope, don't delete. Make a new one. Add some more area. Accept. We also want a doctor's hall. Doctors, where are you? I swear I just skip over this every single time. There they are. Doctor's hall. Also, anybody that's part of the fort can come. And then, what else do we want? This is the... What do we want them to actually train in as far as crafting? Last time, we wound up with a weapons hall. I'm thinking... maybe blacksmith hall? That would do, like, specialty metal furniture. I think. Pretty sure that's blacksmith. Yeah, we're gonna try that. Blacksmith hall. There we go. And then when we have toys, we're gonna drop some toys in here. I don't think we have any yet, but we'll get there. Non-artifact toys, please. Only one bin. Struck Pinafire Opal. Stray Ewe has given birth to a lamb. Nice. And the outpost liaison has arrived. Okay. Drop some doors real quick. I'm back up here, which I'm going to change this to this level. Okay, merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. Thank you. which I want to move over. We're only making figurines so far. I'm not doing all of the other crafts just yet. We apparently did not make any totems. We would not have anything worn yet. We don't have any artifacts. What about cut gems? Yes. So we want to get rid of all of those. Trying to keep the created wealth down for a while, so I don't get swamped with migrants before I'm ready for them. Rectangular pink tourmaline cabochons, that would be fine. Haven't really made much yet. Though you can jack your created wealth up even without making things by what you mine. Mining materials does count for that. Then, let's see, we would like you to bring let's see, headwear, bring hoods, bring mittens, shoes, trousers, please. And then don't bring anything metal. So bring me robes. Not usually what I'd request, but that's what they've got. Yep. Bring that along. Decently low on the created wealth. How do we have imported wealth already? We literally have not imported anything. What? I do need to make you an office, but you shouldn't need an office yet. Here. I'll make you a little office over there. I don't know what is up with you, little person. We're going to turn you off of mining always. Ooh, we've got a bunch more miners. We have a dedicated woodcutter now. Planter. I'm going to allow fishing. I don't normally do that, and then I'm going to turn on autofish. We're usually not on maps where I can do that, but on this one, for right now, I think I'm okay with it. Did I ever set up the refuse stockpile for the craft store shop? I did not. So add this over here. Any, let's see, skulls, bones, shells, teeth, horn and hooves. Though horn and hooves, if you're dumping, auto dumping corpses, that gets counted as those. It's very annoying. Okay. Are you ready to trade? You are ready to trade, and we have brought all of our stuff over. So, broker requested. A migration book. Is a porcupine parchment scroll. Like how their scrolls menace with spikes. Written on the item is a manual entitled The Migration Book, authored by Iteth Luthakad. It concerns the migratory patterns of creatures. Writing is as vicious and can be. Uh-oh. How are you writing viciously about migratory patterns and creatures? Some migrants have arrived. No! You gave us 20 migrants. Now we're gonna get artifacts. You jerks. Why? I really like when we can hit like exactly 19. Then we stay below the threshold, but we have just enough dwarves to actually get some stuff done. Okay, we'll have to get working on bedrooms here pretty quick. Broker requested. What all do we need? We could go ahead and grab a copper bar. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that in case somebody requests the shining bar of metal. for an artifact. Nobody should be requesting glass yet, I don't think. Got gems, figurines. What all do you have? We don't need books yet. I'm not actually worried about keeping wood usage low on this map, but I don't think I'm making crutches or splints, so we will buy those from you. I usually make sure and buy those all the time, so we don't have to waste wood on them. We could buy some backpacks. Or a backpack, at least. Red. Let's get some leaves and fruit for food variety. We do not need plump helmets. Nor do we need fish. We're actually going to get our own fish for once. No meat. Make our own iron anvil. Any more clothing? Don't really want to buy dye yet. At some point, though I did want to start dyeing cloth pretty early on, so we might... They don't have anything else, we might buy some of that. They do have mittens. Some gloves. Get rid of the leather... No, the giant cave spider silk ones. No leather gloves. We'll grab the pigtail hood. Trying to get us some clothing variety. Because we're gonna try not to make our own for a while, so we keep our created wealth down lower. Some shoes, that's fine. A robe. A dog leather dress. A cloak. And a pigtail coat. It's actually a really nice variety to start off with. Reindeer milk, dwarven ale. Nope, we don't need any of that. And we pick up a cheap instrument. Let's see, what can I drop from the clothing list? How about the wool cloak? Thanks for the follow. And then I'd like to get an instrument in our temple. I'm trying to encourage, like, set up one temple and encourage everybody to go to the same temple. We had fairly decent success with that on our last fort, but it's very hit or miss on whether that works as intended. Okay, then we'll grab a water skin. That should be good. We snuck in a rope. Yeah. Those aren't very valuable, so we'll go ahead and trade. And then no trader needed. That should change some of our created wealth to exported wealth after a while. Okay. Starving or dehydrated units. What? Oh, we've got a little donkey foal that's running around. Let's throw you in the pasture. There you go. Oh, we never put away the turkeys. Oops. My bad. Assign you egg layers. You guys can go in there. Okay. Back to your shenanigans, please. We need to get started on bedrooms. And I will connect. Let's see. Venomous coal. Where's our... We're doing stuff right there. Okay. So I'm going to connect these hallways here for ease of transport. And then that one, we can go over there. Well, actually, let's see. We go partially up here. Get rid of that. Let's see. A little bit this way. And same going this way. We'll do kind of an S-bend to curve around the hallway. A little more there. Yeah, that will help with line of sight and keeping it not so square. Though this one over here is going to be a straight hallway. And then we wanted to make this a temple. So flooring. What do we have boulder-wise? We really haven't found anything pretty except microcline. The jet we brought with us. I'm not a big fan of bauxite for color. What do we find low? Go down here. We've got mica, highlight, quartzite. I don't mind quartzite for furniture and stuff, but it's a little too... It's quite pink colored. It's not the nasty Pepto-Bismol pink of rock salt, but lignite for decorating. I generally don't find enough lignite to have lignite to spare. I'd love to. I mean, I used to when I played with minerals everywhere, but even just taking it down to frequent significantly cuts down your coal. Though we are seeing a lot of coal on this map. So if we find lignite, we might have some extra. There's sphalerite, highlight, still phyllite, that's rutile, granite, that's nothing special. I might have to spend out some exploratory look around for cool colored rock tunnels. I do like anhydrite. You never find enough of it to do anything more than a specialty one-off. Okay. Mine. That's quartzite. Is that the top of the cavern? No. There's some more microcline. Where's the top of it? Over here. So mine this way, and let's connect these two for travel purposes. And then we're gonna puncture down and see, one, if we can find the magma sea, and then two, if we find any more colored rock. Usually, where's my center of the map? Okay, there's the center of the map. If I do, not with that, quick fort, scouting, if I can get it to connect. I think I'm too far off. Just close, not quite there. I need to strengthen that. Okay. How far is that? That is 53. That's also 53. And how far over are we? We are 44 that way. 22. 22. So we'll say 22 up in each direction. 72. 72 over. And 53. 22, 72, 53. So if you ever look, like do the temporary reveal command with dpack and the, what is it, the GUI reveal, and then you switch over to ASCII, you can see that there tend to be columns of more of your, how does it term it? The non-layer stone. And that is where your pretty rocks tend to be. And they tend to happen in about the same place all the time. So if we go up by 22, down by 22. So you can actually, if you want to run scouting tunnels, you can do so. 72. Same thing over here. Though up at this height, there's not a whole lot other than like jet if we found that. Down below, that's why I tend to like to do zinc on all my embark stuff, is you get a metamorphic layer, which is not a guarantee of nice colored rocks. It just raises your odds significantly. What in the world was I doing over here? Get rid of that. I think that was my initial thing. And then, okay, go dig that. Also not a bad way to find caverns either. Though now I don't remember where I was supposed to put the staircase. Merchants have embarked and are on their way. It's 53 this direction. Which I bet I could take that back to 52 to make this a little smaller. And luckily we've already found the cavern, so you do want to do each staircase like one at a time, because you will find more. Even if you found all 3 layers of the cavern, you have not revealed all of the cavern. So be careful when digging down. And it won't give you another message. Like if you find another section of a cavern you already found, it won't give you a message. It will just let you open yourself to the cavern without any warning. Olon Thoberith Miner has created Binostomus, a microline grate. She offers it. She claims it as a family heirloom. Okay. Artifact grates can be useful. If we ever need to put a grate somewhere that we absolutely need sealed away, even from stuff like demons, that's the way to do it. 53. Let you guys dig there. Struck limonite. Nice, that's another one of the iron ones. Rock figurines, why are you telling me? Oh, that's from the fisher. Nothing to catch in the swamps. I thought we had hunters going, and I'm like, nope, I did not allow that. Ooh. We have water over here. I shouldn't have aquifer on this side. Is that a cavern lake we haven't found yet? Possibly. Citrine. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Caught my shoulder there. I'm usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays as far as Dwarf Fortress goes. Though our schedule is going to be a little weird. As you can see, we're on Thursday right now. And next week we're also going to do Thursday because that's when the Dino update comes out. It is right as an ad starts. That is true. Mica, pyrite, none of that is great. Wormstone. Okay. I think we have found the top of the magma sea. Let's go down here. Where did we find that? Not down there. Magma Sea, where are you? There it is. Okay. Rid of that part. Welcome back from the ads. We just found the Magma Sea, I believe. So I'm going to dig out a little area right here. Also going to connect these for ease of moving around. Ooh, cinnabar. Not my favorite color, but I don't mind using cinnabar for some like specialty district, like a tomb section or something. Or even doing a temple out of it, which I don't think I ever went up and started the temple, so I need to do that. Dig down, please. And are we making any other grades? I do not want to use our artifact grate right here. That would be a total waste. Rock grate. Make these out of bauxite, please. Yeah, bauxite. One at a time, as long as bauxite grades are less than 1. Bauxite is greater than 5, and since we haven't found much else, I'm going to take bauxite off the economic stone list. Right now, it's my magma safe. Actually, quartzite is magma safe, so never mind on that. Okay, dig this one out. Ooh, very warm gabbro wall. Huh. We have magma? Wait. A weird outline. Okay, go down one more. So no. On the video, the VOD from last night will come out at 10 p.m. Central Time, where we accidentally opened hell. We were trying to do it intentionally. Ooh, we already found raw adamantine. Nice. Okay, so we were trying, thank you for the follow, trying to intentionally hit hell, and we were working on the defenses. Wasn't paying attention and let my miners go where they should not, and so we unintentionally hit hell. But survived because of a quirk of how our fortress was set up. The demons went and dove into the magma sea. They like came up and then they're like, no, dive into the magma sea, because that was the only clear path. Then they could come up in other spots up into the fortress, but that slowed them down tremendously and let us then kill them off onesie-twosie. So we survived our accidental breach into hell. And then at the very beginning of this stream, I did an intentional breach once we set up the rest of those defenses, just to see, hey, how well is this running? Ooh, what do we have over here? Olivine! Okay, that's gonna give us another pretty rock. Do we have enough of it? Okay, you guys connect. And what that taught us was, one, there are some things I really want to tweak about our defensive setup, but we were also over-prepared like nobody's business. Which is good. That is not a bad problem to have. Okay, we're gonna come up right there. Right now we're just doing some exploratory mining to find different things. Kinda wish I had set up the fort down here, actually. Cinnabar mugs for the mercury content. I'm pretty sure dwarves are totally immune to mercury and lead. They certainly seem to act like it. I wish they weren't. That would add an interesting aspect to the game. Microcline. Okay, well, while they're working on that, we are going to come back up here. And... let's see, for right now... shock wall... Okay, we're going to breach this way. I'll have the troops patrolling right in here for a little bit, and then we're gonna start walling some of this off. I don't know if we've got troglodytes or anything in here. I should have done a secondary entrance so they could just run out, but I didn't. So you guys, here. Station right there for the moment. And we need a wall. Shale is fine. Go right there. And do that one first. Blocks another job. Here, get rid of that one. Put in a floor. Actually, we could do a floor. Yeah, never mind. Get rid of that. Undo. Get rid of those. Let's do a floor. Floor out of shale. Block that all off. Because we're good we're good vertically. Or upwards vertically. We've just got to block off from below. Which right here... yeah, that just sticks out just a little bit. So that's dense cave moss. Give me a floor again. Block all that. Anywhere we see that... oh, the tree is sticking up through it. Okay, you guys go cut those down real quick. Floor, floor. Though on Ragbones, it wasn't till near the very end that I realized our little walled off section of the cavern totally had one tiny little diagonal that was not walled off. So our cave dragons were just occasionally killing a forgotten beast, and I wasn't even noticing until we're like right at the end. It was slightly sad, actually. I could have been celebrating them. Okay, that's good. That'll be walled off. That's all walled off. This will not be. But I can dump water on these floors and actually expand this bit. Chalk. Do the same. We'll cut some of this out, and technically... no, we'll leave this for farm and pasture. Let's see. And I'll probably do... once I find the aquifer, I might set up a big section for trees, though, again, this isn't an evil map, so I really don't care about chopping down trees up above. Okay. Add in some floor. There you go. What are we doing? Okay. And we'll open that area, which I am going to have to floor off, but that's okay. And we need to make this a temple. Meeting hall. Add that. Accept you as a temple. What are our options? The communion of dyes, the denomination of diamonds. Do we have one that already has a fair amount of people in it? Where was that? 3? with death. We'd rather not worship death. You've been paving some of your service levels just for the lulz. Yeah. I've occasionally done things like that. I've definitely done... Well, it was before the siege update. I would play on good maps where we had feather trees, and I would actually channel down from the surface and do like a giant 25 by 25 or 30 by 30 area, channel down like 5 layers, and then turn it into soil so it would grow trees. Or, well, I'd have to do it on deep soil because it did not seem that places where you dumped water or even did with a river would then grow trees, even if you had the height. It seemed to need to be something with like loam or peat or something else, like pure sand didn't seem to do it, something like that. Yeah, well, and then I'd roof over the top so it was exposed area. Ooh, there we go. Metals. It's a particular god, not a particular religion, which is gonna hurt us. Id Rocksteel. That's just a perfect dwarven name too. Saving. Come on. Okay. We're gonna do the denomination of diamonds. Not visitors. We're gonna give you the doctor, who's apparently a legendary musician and novice speaker. I'm going to do a second one over the top of this. No. Huh. So we've got like 7 people that worship Id, whatever it was, but they aren't part of the denomination of diamonds. So we're going to try and encourage them to join the denomination of diamonds. Slowly but surely. Fieldstone, mudstone. We just don't have great rock choices on this one. Like our jet we brought with us. We didn't find that. We've got microcline, which I appreciate because we didn't have microcline on the last fort, which kind of sucked. Down here, we have found some olivine. Orthoclase. Orthoclase is okay. It's not great. Graphite. Betting we're gonna have to set up a obsidian generator and do some green glass. Though again, we're not intending to actually play this fort for very long. This is short brutal war fort. But we'll see. Can I do auto mine on graphite? I doubt it. Nope. We'll grab some of that for a specialty project, and then I'll send them down here. Olivine. Grab some olivine, and we'll make rock blocks out of olivine. I should really just give up on colorful stuff for this fort, because that's not what we really want. What else do we have going on? Great. Blocks. We're just doing generic rock beds, that's fine. I think I had it make so many of other various things out of rock, but we're gonna do here. Rock chest. No, what is it called? Coffer? Yeah, rock coffer. Do those out of quartzite. One at a time. as long as we have less than, say, 2, and quartzites greater than 5. I haven't found anything I necessarily want to do cabinets out of yet. We only need a chest right now. We made some table. Oh, wait, crap. Uh-oh. No, I didn't do a dormitory. And I haven't done a dining hall. My dwarves are gonna be pissed. We must have an aquifer up here. It's higher than I thought. Okay. Well, you guys... Let's see. We are gonna do one right up here real quick. Here. That can be a dormitory. You can be a dining hall. But we're gonna do you as priority 1. Oops. Nope. Get rid of that. I did make a little manager's place. Table. And chair. Apparently I did not have a work order set up for those. Shale. Put in a doorway. Clear that an office. And you can belong to the manager. There we go. Because we actually have 20 dwarves, so it's going to be a problem. Well, then what do we want to make tables and chairs out of? Siltstone, mudstone. We're going to be digging a lot of mudstone. But we have found some gabbro, so that's good. Where was the cinnabar? Environment. Cinnabar, where did we find you? Nope, nope, there we are. Cinnabar. Oh, it was way up here. We'll get a little digging there, but not enough to do anything particular with unless we do a specialty project. We're just gonna do it out of mudstone. Rock table. Rock throne. Make one at a time. Out of mudstone. And do that whenever a table is less than 1 and mudstone is greater than 5. Less than 1 greater than 5. Beds, because I completely forgot to make you guys a dormitory. You've been sleeping on the rock floor. Oops. That was incorrect. Door. Make it a dormitory. And then over here, we'll put in a table. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rounds. Declare that a dining hall. Okay. And we already did the office, which doesn't actually have a back wall because it runs up against the depot, but that's okay. That's where you do half your work. You just have to, like, flip your chair around and wheel yourself over to them. Wormstone. We're above it, right? Yeah, you guys can dig through here. If you happen to unleash lava, I'm sorry. You shouldn't. Looks like you're on top of it. Webbed? What? What is webbing? It's just cave spider, right? Yeah. And we have sealed ourselves off, I believe. Other than over there. Did I have any idiot dwarves go down there? Probably. 'Ooh, there's a little piglet. 'There's 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 a little piglet Minor cancels, carve up-down staircase, webbed. Why would you have an up-down staircase right there anyway? Item inaccessible. There's still... What are you trying to do with this stuff? That's forbidden. We're not doing automatic web collection. Let me double check that. Yeah, no automatic web collection. I haven't done a work order for it, have I? No. Don't mess with webs. They're not your friends. Cave moss. Here. Not a rush, but go... not worm dig. Mine that out at some point, and we'll toss some water on there so we can spread the moss out. Give us a completely flat area in here. I think there can be demons in the little mini spires. Like, that's not going to take you down to hell. But I think you can find little mini stuff. So we'll wait on that one until we're have an army standing by that could actually do something if we happen to release something nasty. Poison weapons in this? Well, I certainly haven't tried. Can you poison weapons in this? I have no earthly idea. Do not know if that's possible. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys off of station. Or do whatever you want now. And here, let's change this to olivine. Just so we have some color variety, at least a little. That'd be interesting. Like get like a Forgotten Beast extract or something and somehow use that. Like, you'd have to drop it on the weapons and then they'd be cleaning them, wouldn't they? Okay, bituminous coal. We'll set that up. We'll expand some over there. Again, we will drop water on this later to expand it. Shale. There, we need to wall this in. Oh yeah, that's where we cut down some trees over there. Which... we could go grab those. Let's see, if we grab... Make this wood, will you go grab those little pieces? Right there, we'd have to remove that little flooring section, and they might do it. Gnome blight? Traders have various poisons on occasion? Really? Did not know that at all. Okay, they are grabbing stuff, that's nice. Before we kill it all, I'm going to harvest some dimple cups. So we have that ready to go here shortly. Yes, harvest all of the dimple cups. And some sweet pods. Okay. Grab that last piece of wood, and then we're going to seal this back up. Seal that. And that. Okay. That should have it all now. And then we'll just need to dump water. Probably divert an aquifer over here for a little bit. Huh. Yeah, I've got 1,000 hours and I've never even heard of gnome blight. Oh, we've got a little cave swallow flying around. Okay. Now, I desperately need to get some bedrooms going. So, where... Let's think about this for a little second. We're going to... Oh, if I could do the right thing. Do some more of this around this way. And then we'll have to decide where we want to stick the bedrooms. If I want to just curve them around with all of this, or if we have a specific area we want to plop them in. Here. We'll go as close as we can over there. And did we get a... I need to keep an eye out if we got a cave spider inside, or if I need to crack it open to lure in a cave spider. I don't think we've accidentally mined into any more cavern, but we do need to be on the lookout for that too. Here. Let's go all the way. Curve this around the side, because this is our territory, so we can connect from that side too. Okay. Curve around this wall. Yep, that will work. And then I'm going to curve this one up, because again, I'd like to break some line of sight when possible. So, say, come down here. Up a little more, and then down. Okay. And then over on this side, we're going to do the same thing. This, I would not be surprised at all if we've got more cavern over there, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. That could drastically change our layout if we open this, or if I let them loose on digging and we find another area over here. But we will adapt as necessary. Okay. Go down. So 3 wide like that. A little more. Down this way. So we'll curve around and then we'll figure out where we're going to put the bedrooms, and we'll get them digging on bedrooms because we've got to get some of those built. So let's see. Last night, no, I'll wait till the ad break's over. I'm not, and then we will come back to that. We had both a accidental breach of hell and an intentional breach of hell. And we survived both, but the accidental breach was from a fluke chance that taught us many things. Nope, too much there. Okay. So, we'll come back to that in the future. That connects that one. So, could just do something over here. Maybe. Here. We'll just kind of do some squares out there to give us an idea for later. This layer I'm thinking might be where we do the bedrooms. Yeah. Because bedrooms don't need the heavy foot traffic all the time. It's just like show up and then leave. Welcome back from the ads. So yeah, we had last night, we were almost done getting our defenses set up for intentional hell breach. And then we wound up with accidental hell breach because I was an idiot and not paying attention to what I was having my miners do. And then we survived it by a fluke because how our base was set up, we were able to quickly close some bridges that then the only open path they had to us was through the magma sea. So they dove down into the magma sea, which slowed them down and spread them out. And then we were able to kill them off onesie twosies. Most of them were like boiling or salt versions too, so it wasn't too bad. But then they didn't go through my intentional defenses at all, so I was really wanting to know how those did. So then we did one of the auto saves happened to be like right before the accidental breach. So I went back today and did a very careful cancellation of the job that accidentally breached us into hell. And then got everything ready, and at the beginning of this stream, we did an intentional breach, which told us that we were way, way over-prepared on our defenses. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'd still like to improve on them, but it was definite overkill. Which was honestly a little disappointing. I wanted hell to be death, and it was not. Okay, come down this side. Actually, undo, let's see. This can be... let them loose on this part. And then we're gonna make this the bedroom area. Nice. Dragon hammer or something else? Audiobook wise. Which, to anybody that's listening, Dwarf Fortress wise, J.S. Morin has his Dragon Hammer series is very Dwarf Fortress inspired. It's amazing. And especially if you're listening to it while you're playing some Dwarf Fortress, highly recommend. It is a fun time. Really makes you feel like one of those starting 7 dwarves. New book coming out. Nice. Okay. Let's get some over here. We'll head up this way a little bit with some more bedrooms. Let's see, curve that way around a little bit. Fix that. And do one over there. Well, that should break some line of sight. Don't need all of that. Okay. Then, cannot find a path. Wait, where the freak are you trying to path? Why are you trying to path down into the 3rd cavern? Uh-oh. Oh, crap! I accidentally hit the cavern. Again. Okay, wall. Go right there. Dwarf, what are you doing? Starving. Hunting. You should not... Wait, why are you... Oh, there's no path up here. Wait, did you climb down? Idiot! Idiot! Why? Okay. we will come down and save you, I guess. Just because we're nice. You're a miner. Come dig this yourself. Stop hunting small creatures because you're starving. Just go pick a plump helmet somewhere. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. Okay, well, hopefully that miner doesn't die. Yep, we've got our chief medical dwarf has been possessed. Hopefully he makes it out, because we need him. There, yeah, come dig yourself out. And we're gonna build a wall right there. Wait, another miner has been found dead and dehydrated. You both? Was this just miners go diving into the third cavern? You idiots. Okay, we're gonna burrow it up. Because I can't keep you guys out of killing yourselves, apparently. Stay in the fort with 91 food. Yeah, exactly. If there's food, stay here. Don't go diving down where there's no food. Here, grab this. I'm sure we haven't revealed all of that cavern yet, so I don't want to make too big a burrow area. We do want that, and we do want that. I'll just have to remember to intentionally add burrow later if I could talk. Okay, that's in. That's in. Pretty sure that level is fine. Yep, that's all fine. Ooh, that's the downward passage, actually. Okay, grab this. That should have had all of the cavern revealed, so we'll add some of this to our little safety burrow to keep our dwarves from being stupid. I just have to remember, whenever they're not doing what I want them to do, it's probably because of the burrow I set up, and I need to go adjust it. And the fact that new migrants don't get auto-added to the burrow. So you have to remember to do that to prevent the new guys from being stupid. Okay. Add this section. And right there, we're going to do some bedrooms. We'll go over here. This is a lot more, since I'm trying to be really like, don't have it square, don't do nicer bedrooms, that kind of stuff. I am gonna wind up doing a lot more digging right here than I normally would. Which is fine. Just an adjustment. But each fort, I'm trying to broaden my dwarf fortress horizons, basically. We've done some basic minecart stuff in the last one. We built our first obsidian generator. We cracked hell for the first time. That was fun. Now we're gonna do, mostly just because we don't have a lot of time till the update, a war. Horizons. Yes! Especially in the cavern. You can have the horizon of the cavern. We're gonna do a hopefully short but vicious war with the elves and the humans is the plan. Add that. Okay, we'll come back and add more to that later. Add that all. Let's see, we have one over here too. And then all of this can be added. This will be our safety burrow. I'll do one later once I have the caverns properly sealed off that is, hey, you guys can go wherever you want. Now that I have eliminated access Two of the dangerous places. Okay, add area up there. You're doing a silly 20 dwarf only port? I'm going to put a statue of each dwarf's favorite item in their room just for the lulz. Ooh. That would be... Like, if you were doing a truly long-lasting fort, that might be something to start doing over time. Though, as dwarves died and were replaced, you'd have to be sure to go update them. So then, I guess you could then have that also go towards fancier tombs, is that their statue from their bedroom, when they die, gets moved to their tomb. That'd be a nightmare to keep track of, but absolutely could. Okay, this is definitely above the cavern. Nope, there's cavern 1. Got that area. Think what your sculptor thinks of each member. Oh yeah, that is a good point. Do they? How hard do they try on each statue? That is a question. Okay, add that section. And that one. Did I just not dig over here? Oh, that's from my scouting floor. Okay. Grab all that. Though we've got aquifer up here somewhere. So we're gonna have to deal with that shortly. That's the top of cavern 1. Add this all to the burrow. If you've never played on a evil map, I highly recommend you do, because it will force you to use burrows. Okay. And then we'll have to go all the way down here, past this section, add some more. Yeah. Okay. That's is under the cavern 3, so we can add all of that. And I don't normally care about restricting it around the magma sea. That's more having it forbid items, so they don't go try and grab them in the magma sea. Okay. We'll let them work on that now. How are we doing on our olivine mining? Oh yeah, you're the dead guy. Sorry, we'll make you a slab. Maybe you shouldn't have thrown yourself into the 3rd cavern. And then you wouldn't have died. Oh wait, there's another. Man. Do I just have accidental 3rd cavern entrances everywhere? Wait, what? What the heck? Oh, I think I had that digging up. My bad. Let's see. Floor on top of that. A floor right there. No. Cancel that. A floor right there. And then do a wall. I'm gonna have to add this to the burrow. Yeah, add that to the burrow. And you guys need to come finish this section. Wait, did my miners escape? No. Woodcutter. Okay, well, we will rescue you from the 2nd cavern where you went and locked yourself in. Burrow right there. I was not paying attention to where I was having them exploratory dig. And then, of course, they've died. Okay, that's one of them. You are somehow now stranded in the second cavern. You are working, so that's okay. Lady Dwarf is working. Do we still have anyone down in the third cavern? It had been, I thought it was 2 different miners. You're up here. You're here. 3 of them. I think we had 5 miners and 2 of them have died. My bad. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Okay, let's go make some rock. Not altar. Rock slab. Actually, here. Rock slab. Let us make how many of these? Shale. We could do better than that. Granite. Yeah. No. I guess just shale for right now. Make 1 at a time until we have, say, 3. No, as long as it's less than 2. Greater than 10. Yep. Work on that. Make me some slabs so I can immortalize some poor dwarfs that died for being stupid. Microcline mug. I'm okay with that. To the basement of sweltering. That was the generic name we took on the start because it just seemed very dwarfy. Group of citizens is stranded. Yes, we are coming to rescue you. You're gonna have to come this way, though. How do we get over to you? No. Wait. Where was my dig command? That's our area. Which I guess I could just crack open a little bit. Yeah, that'd be better than that shenanigan. Okay, we're just gonna remove the floor. Let's see, where do I have a ramp? Remove that floor. And the guy should be able to escape. Yes. All the mugs. Okay. You should be able to come out of here. Oh, and I think you had a dog with you. Are you out? No. Why are you going down here? Hauling shale blocks? What? Where are you hauling shale? Oh, now he died. You got out of there and you promptly died? Well, at least that kills our artifact game. That's nice. But seriously, why? This is not in the burrow. Where are you going? That you're trying. What are you trying to do? You're not in the burrow, little lady. Hey, Sherlock. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna follow you. I don't know what this person is doing. You're going down a downward passage all the way down here for a construction project? Totally through the non-burrow. Okay, that was the most ridiculous. Did I? Wait, no. You're unpaused. You're not messing with a workshop. You can travel from one burrow area to another burrow area, even if it involves going outside the burrow. You idiots. Okay. Fine. Be that way. We're getting rid of that spot. Somebody come do that, and then no one else come down here. We've got freaking Batwomans with blowguns that are gonna kill you. Seriously? You could have gone within burrow territory to get to there. You did not have to leave the burrow to come around there. I'm 99% sure. Ugh. Where's all my... Where are you going? Back up that area. And out. I'm gonna have to activate, like, the civilian thing to, like, force them. Okay, did we... Let's see, construction then. Is there anyone still down there? I'd like to consider... Yeah. And then activate the civilian alert. I better see you guys come pouring out of here. Luckily, we're not having, like, troglodytes or anything. Okay, I'm gonna plop a floor back on this. And we'll see. We shall see. Somebody come build that for me, please. Item inaccessible. Ooh, we do have a missing burrow section right there. Okay. That might not have been your fault. That might have been my fault. It usually is. If it involves burrows, it's usually my fault for why they're not doing what I want them to do. Like 95% of the time. Okay. Saving. Saving, saving, saving. Slowly but surely here. Come on. Process the world information. Though, ooh, I wasn't thinking about that. That might be a thing since we did a much older world. Oh, okay, good. We've got a cave spider inside, so at least one of our things is done. I could definitely see it taking longer to save the world information. That could come back to bite us. Okay, I'm going to assume everyone is out of the cavern until I get a message telling me otherwise. And we're going to go check. That area is all sealed in. So if there's someone still down there, I should get a message pretty fast, because I'm fairly confident I've sealed it all off now. Item stockpile is inaccessible. What item stockpile? Wait, no, I included you in the burrow. I literally have no item stockpile that is not accessible. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, anyway, we're going to move down the farming. Say over here. 5x3 and another 5x3. Usually I can get it to accept some rock, but apparently not on this one. Yeah, see, it'll accept the floor right there. 5x3. And what if we go this way? Something right there. Is it you don't like these stone thing? The chalk? Fair enough. Here. This will be stone, chalk. No, that's an economic stone, chalk. And I'm going to make it just for cleaning purposes. A quick quantum one. I don't have any auto dumping on, do I? No. Okay. And then you guys go get dumped. You get dumped. Same thing here. Not the door, please. Okay. Should make some farms. I will go ahead and get a third one made. That'll be our... No. Is it the tree? It's a dead tree. Huh. Maybe it's just the percentage of material that's rock or something. There. Don't know. We'll do one over here. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 by 5. There we go. Make that another farm. And then as soon, we'll keep an eye on when we switch seasons, I'll switch the farm over. Oh, clear the civilian alert. Allow that chalk to be used. And let's move down. Giant animal pen here. This can be all of the grazers. And let's see. The piglet, the dogs, all of that can come down here. We'll do a little side section, say right here, for the egg layers. Yeah. Not there. Right there. And then we've dug out quite a bit down here. So let's get some bedrooms going. That can be one. Let's see. That can be one. Gonna be a weird straight hallway bedroom, but it's okay. And over here, there's a bedroom. Well, we don't need a ton of these right now, but I can queue up some other ones at lower priorities, so we'll get back to it at some point. Yep. Same thing right there. Go this way. Then we'll do a small hallway that curves around this way. It will connect some more bedrooms too. Okay. Let's see. Connect you right there. That one over that way. This will give us a good selection of bedrooms to have here at the beginning. Let's see, got that. A little bit oddly shaped, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to change that one up a little bit. We'll come back to it. Okay. Like that one. And these. Move that over. We can have a weirdly long, kind of looks like a hand with a finger up, flicking somebody off. Attach that one. And a little bit there. Yeah, let's dig out this hallway a little more. Can I get one in here? I don't think I can. Could do a little hallway up though. Yeah, little side bedroom there. That'll work. You're gonna be a weird bedroom, but it's okay. Then we would like some doors. Doors, doors, doors. Yep. That's you. You and some beds. We'll get them working on these, and then we'll get to moving everything down. Because right now they're still having to make way too long of a trek up and down. That's some chests. Which I don't have any... Oh wait, I think I'm doing the chests at quartzite. It's okay. Not my favorite, but it works. And again, I have to remind myself, on this fort, we are not particularly caring about colors or anything. I want to get this set up and us off to war. Okay, put some doors in that way. Bedrooms. And some chests. And that will get us going for right now. That will be how many bedrooms? Multi. Are there any that it missed? Doesn't look like it. That's going to create 20 bedrooms. Okay, perfect. What else do we have going on? Engraver, red tourmaline, Perry's meal, mudstone table. Don't give birth to piglets. We don't need piglets. We're out of jet. That's not good. Why do we not have olivine? Somehow we have not connected this burrow, I think. Or no, I have to need them to bring it up. Wait. That does go... How did I get to that one? How in the world? What did I do? I don't know. We're gonna connect that right there, because I don't know how we even got to that in the first place. Damp dig off, warm dig on. Dig over there. Somebody do that one really quickly, so we can get back to our olivine. They came up here. No, wait. Yeah. Huh. I don't know how I had done that the first time. Full house. That's the goal. Okay, that should give us some more olivine. We can get that going again. And then let me do... Let's see, I need to move down for the stoneworkers hall. Okay. So where Go back up here. What do we grow in the spring anyway? Just sweet pods? Yeah, sweet pods, worry bushes, some dimple cups. This one can be cave wheat, pigtails, plump helmets. Pigtails, cave wheat, and plump helmets. Do these all register as cavern soil? Yes, yes they do. Okay, then we're gonna go back up to here. We're going to take away what it's scheduled for the spring, summer, and autumn. Or not the spring. Wait, no, undo. Huh? Oh, leaf fallow. That's its own choice. Leaf fallow. Leaf fallow. And then we're going to get rid of that seed stockpile. Go all the way down here. Make another one. Which I'm going to do like right here. Make this underground seeds that takes from currently up here. Okay. What else do we have going on? Need jet, yeah. I think we're just gonna have to do generic rock pots. Let me check my exploratory mining. We were running into aquifer. Which, I mean, that does make those good, likely areas to find jet. Shale. Hey, Moriarty. Hey, Sherlock. What do you guys want? You guys got fed before the stream. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. We'll take a big long walk after the stream, though. Yes. Okay, well, we need to map out the aquifer anyway, so let's go. Let's see. Come over here. Nope. Undo. Don't. Not that there's any magma up here, but let's not do a worm dig. Oh, we've got aquifer over there. Here. Let's see if we can come over this way. And then I actually, no, I want to do this from above. Which could very well still be in the soil, so that is no guarantee. More likely to be in the soil, actually. Let's see if we can get over there. I haven't found any kaolinite, have we? Do porcelain pots? Don't think so. I don't remember if this place even had clay. I wasn't looking for clay, I was only looking for sand, so it very well might not. No migrants. Awesome. Well, with our 2 accidental deaths, we have wound up back below the artifact threshold. Which is 1 is nice for not having to deal with that yet, and 2, that might keep our created wealth down, that we could get really established before we get another wave of migrants, and therefore enemies. Okay, let's dig down onto the aquifer. Show me where more of this is, please. For the moment, I want you guys to actually smooth that. Friends of the narrative. That's fair. Okay. Let's mine. Let's see, because I want to go this way. So I'm going to come through here, and anywhere that it's aquifer, we'll just smooth. Here. Damp dig. Go for a while there, and we'll smooth this. That should allow us to dig under it. Hey, Space Pants! Welcome, welcome. How is it going? Up to anything fun lately? We are just doing some exploratory mining. Possibly getting ourselves in trouble with aquifers. Okay. Damp dig. Go all the way down. Oh, I forgot to put the ghost to rest. My bad. Let's see. Ghosty, ghosty, ghost. I need to engrave your slab. I need to engrave 2 of them. Because we had some very stupid miners who tossed themselves into the great beyond of the 3rd cavern. Slab engraved only. Let's see, do 1 there and 1 there. We should be getting some microcline now, and we should be able to bring, let's see, the nest boxes down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make this a pen. Hello, Pringle. And a pen. Assign egg layers. Yeah, drop that in. Get your knucklehead sorted out. Have fun. We will probably drop in a little bit. Okay, grab my doors up here. I no longer need you or the nest boxes. Actually, I wound up moving all this stuff down way quicker than I was expecting. Like, we're late on a lot of things, but not as far as moving this stuff down. Ooh, found some magnetite? Nice. Except it's right here in the aquifer. That's not the greatest. Not the greatest. I might just get rid of... I think I'm gonna get rid of the jet pot work order until... Let's see, jet is greater. I crank that up to... Wait, where are we having jet that you weren't using? Bring it in from outside, people. Then you could use it. And the sheep wool. I never made a stockpile for the wool, or for the rope, actually. That's my bad. Finished goods, chains, please move those in. And this is supposed to be jet. Did I not make it jet? No, it is. Huh. Go get the jet, please. Okay, so it's past the aquifer, or well, that's metal, so it's not gonna have aquifer. We'll see if they can mine through all of this now. Limonite, we made some olivine blocks, nice. Now, did we run into... We did hit shale over there. Let's do a stairway down, like right there. Oop, not a damn dig. This is some more exploratory mining. vaguely hoping that we're gonna find jet, but it's unlikely. It is possible, though. There. And let's see. Let's do one right there. There you go. Dig those all down, except they're not in the burrow, are they? No. Not quite. Mark that all with the burrow. And accept that. Okay. They should dig that all out now, and we'll see if we find anything interesting. Magnetite, water buffalo, mudstone tables. Okay, and then we need to smooth this area. But we have found a good chunk of magnetite over here, so that's nice. And limonite. We've got all 3 iron supplies. So let's see. Tomorrow is Friday, which I normally don't stream, but since we're short on time until the siege update, I think I am going to do Dwarf Fortress tomorrow. So at least by 6 p.m. I might start earlier. Probably doing some Planet Crafter in the afternoon with Protag would be my current guess. But then we'll have our normal stream on Saturday. Probably not on Sunday, though technically we're in our summer break, summer D&D break, so I don't have my normal Sunday D&D game. And then Monday, normal stream. Please put our ghost to rest. Unless they want to come help us smooth some walls. You should not be satisfied remembering work. You failed at your work. Oh, they're horrified by the ghost. Yeah. You were an atrocious miner. Needs unengraved slab. Yeah, you should have... Wait, do we not make the unengraved ones? What did I tell you to make those out of? Slab. Shale slab. So that should be easy enough. Please make my shale slabs. Here. Let's make 2 of these as just one-offs. I can't talk. Rock slab out of shale. Make 2 of those. Sort to the top of the list, please. There we go. Okay, and I do... probably over here. No. Somewhere I'm gonna have to take water down. There's more aquifer. Okay. Damp dig. On. Go that way, please. No. Undo. 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 This is how you get yourself in trouble with aquifers. Go this way. Here, we're gonna go just to the side of it, hopefully. Yep. Okay, dig that. Damp stone located. Yes, I gotcha. Come on, can you make me... I guess I could do it not as a work order, just do it as a task. And then I could prioritize it. Yeah, I could do that. Here. Get rid of that. Make me slabs, rock slab, shale. Repeat for a second and make those first priority. Make a couple of them. If we're starting out this way, I don't have much hope for our glorious dwarves. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen a chunk like this where you've got all 3 different iron types literally together. That's hematite, limonite, and magnetite all in one spot. Weird. Okay, smooth. Ooh. Human caravan has arrived. Nice. Okay, let's smooth all of this. I'll let them complete this digging real quick. And then I do need to get everything else moved down. No, this is frequent. So it's like the setting below everywhere. I would actually love to go down to the way less common on metals. But the problem is the mineral scarcity affects the metals, or so the ores, the coal, and your non-layer stone. So here, I'll show you what I mean. If you run prospect all, which is shows you what's on your map, you've got your layer materials. That is what is not affected. Well, and no, I think gems are affected too. Layer materials, so if you're lowering or you're making the other stuff more scarce, layer materials is what replaces it. But a lot of them, personally for me, I like certain things to build with. A lot of them aren't layer materials. A lot of them are vein materials. So, like, I'm good with quartzite, I'm good with marble, which is a layer material. But that's about it. Your ores get reduced, which I would be fine with. I would love ores to be reduced. I'm even okay with gems. What I don't want reduced is your other vein stones. So this is your microcline, your coal, you see there. Your lignite is under that. Most of your pretty rocks also get reduced, and that's the part I really don't like. I would love them to have that instead of one mineral scarcity that controls all of it as all together, have them as different like sliders that you could adjust. Because I would go down, way down on the metal if it didn't kill everything else. I could even get by without the coal. As long as you set up, like you take the time to get a tree farm going and do your, magma smelters. Can't think of the word. You can get by with very little coal. I don't know, like I'm sure yes you could do it with a mod, but that's like deep code world generation. So I don't know. I don't think it would affect much else. Like it wouldn't have a carry-on effect, I don't think. I don't know. I've got a friend who's working on a mod, a Dwarf Fortress mod for me. I'll ask him to take a look. But yeah, it's really that other vein stones. Like the coal annoys me, but I could get by. It's the other vein stones that I'm just like, no. Because I generated a couple to take a look and did the, if you guys do this, here, let me switch to ASCII for a moment. So if I'm in ASCII and I do the reveal thing, you can see what I mean. Oops. Why are we suddenly freezing? Uh-oh. Dwarf Fortress just crashed. What the heck? Dwarf Fortress. What happened? No. Continue active game. Let's see. Is this the new one? Nope, that's another one. Lucky armor. Autosave. How much time did we lose? The humans had just showed up, so we didn't lose like any time. Okay, that's good. Let's load in and see if it goes weird again. The last time I had a Dwarf Fortress crash, because I had a couple in a short period of time, well, like one a day for a week, I realized I had a graphics card update that needed to be done, but I checked that yesterday, so I doubt it. Okay. So if this doesn't screw up again. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You can see as when I go down these pockets, so these are magnetite, but these like circle chunks here in different areas. You'll see it more as we go down. That is your vein stones, which includes ore. There's some microcline over there. That's one. Here. So your chunks like that, that's what I'm trying to hit, by the way, on my scouting tunnels, is to find those because they're contained. Magnetite. Man. Oh, that's bauxite. I was going to say, if that is hematite, we've got way too much metal on this. So you can line up, because they tend to be right on top of each other. So you can line up scouting tunnels that if you find where like one of them is, you can kind of map out the others. Especially if you're down here where they're more common. But those are the things that get reduced, and you're like siltstone, claystone in here, all of that becomes way more common, which is annoying. So I made up a couple maps where I went down to the sparse, and it was just like nada. It was very annoying. So almost all of this, I think chalk is a layer stone. So if you wiped out the microcline on this layer, except for like one of them, and made the rest chalk, it would be what I'm talking about. Okay, into that, we don't need ASCII. And then we can pause, or not pause, snooze the ad, so we don't get that. And then that is probably a good point to stop. I'm actually about 11 minutes over where I typically end. I will definitely be back, like I said, on Saturday for more Dwarf Fortress. That's one of our normal streams. I will probably be back tomorrow night because we don't have a lot of time to be playing this particular fort. And I would like to get at least something done in it before the dino update. Let me switch over. Find somebody to raid. We'll go raid JS Morin. He's going to be playing some dwarfs and on a pretty new fort as well. You should ask him about the Dragonhammer series. It's an awesome Dwarf Fortress homage book series. But so I'll be back definitely tomorrow afternoon for something. Might be Planet Crafter, might be something else. Probably in the evening for Dwarf Fortress. Then definitely on Saturday evening for Dwarf Fortress. Definitely Monday evening. And then to be determined, otherwise kind of depends on how this port's going. But I'm probably going to be throwing in a lot of extra streams before the dino update of dwarfs. Just to get something done. We had bad timing with when Ragbones was ending versus the dino update. So we're working on that. So let's go start a raid. And if anybody would like to hop on my Discord, you are welcome to. Come say hi. Give any suggestions you want to see. If you've got a game you want to see. If you want me to try something in particular on Dwarf Fortress. I have not played Oxygen Not Included, but I could do that one. Then, yeah, there's the Discord link. There you go. We've also got a vintage story server, if anyone would like to join that. Though we haven't been playing it a lot. We've had some sicknesses and injuries in the group, so people have not been available much, but You would recommend oxygen not included? I will take a look at that, because I need to... I love Dwarf Fortress, but I do need to throw in some variety, or I'm going to burn out eventually on it. So I need at least, like, 2 streams a week that are something else. Okay, I will take a look at that, and we are going to go raid J.S. Morin. I do recommend giving him a chance. And you should ask him about his books. He's a good author.